How's it going, guys? Coffee here. Today I wanted to go over the update for the Thea mind control build. We are now doing this with on T8. We've shored up the defenses quite a bit. We got our res up. We do need a little bit of fire resistance because we just need to craft one more piece of gear, which will probably be another one of these rings, most likely, just to get a little bit more defense because T8 is a little bit rippier than it has been kind of in the past. So for the gear itself, biggest changes that we made since the last video are a false god skin. Preferably you want one with double int if you can get it. They are like 100 to 150 FE right now. Or double or triple, right? Whatever you can afford. But I just ended up getting one with a little bit of with damage, int, high roll on the stats, and then just a couple of max life rolls. I am still using scepters here with just T3 rolls. I honestly need to re-roll these and get at least up to T2 on everything for the wands, but I've been kind of lazy with the gearing. I had work all day, so I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to, but I'll start up stream after this and we'll finish the gear. So this has gotten me into tier 8 though, so yeah, pretty much we just pushed the stuff. The agility blessing instead of +1 to all skills is outperforming. So as we kind of figured, every blessing stack, because it's a multiplier, it's in its own separate multiplier and they all multiply with each other. Every blessing stack is basically better than almost anything else you can get for the most part. So +3 to blessings here is better. The Deceiver's Might, if you can get it on a slate, is going to be should be really good because it will be 2 blessings. But and then we also want to, for our slates here, you want +1 blessing on everything. As you can tell here, I haven't rolled anything yet because I can't really afford to roll anything yet. Each one of these slates is around 40 to 50 FE. Same thing goes here for the max focus blessings, and then I am just running here some blur. I still have this blur per 5 stacks of wilt, and then I just have some movement speed in here. I will get these fixed so I can get another slate in here, or get these swapped to corners at some point. But other than that, I made some adjustments here. I did swap the Deceiver's Might over to Subtle Impact, or the Forbidden Power over to Sudden Impact rather, or Subtle Impact, just because I do always have blur up. And then Forbidden Power, that minus 10% LE res was starting to be felt in T8. So I made that adjustment for the candles. For now, I literally just picked up 2 candles that have 10% LE res on them. These were like 15, 20 FE a piece. And then I did swap off the Corrosion Imbue for a Erosion Magus here with just Reaping Agony. This was mainly just because the damage over time monster from the League mechanic is extremely rippy, and just I wanted to shore up any extra damage over time that I could. So this has been helpful. And then we are still running Swiftness on Restrain here with Seal Conversion. And then we upgraded to a Precise Deep Pain as well, which wasn't very expensive. I think it was the same thing, around 15 FE or so. So highly recommend you do that for your Haunting Abomination. Still keep it with improved corrosion for that wilt chance. And then we are still running this basically for Grudge and then Reaping Agony. The Ground Divide, again, could always just be swapped for a added Erosion if you want some extra wilt damage on there. Or you could even put it for Blinding or something like that if you are going to be trying to run some... if you are going to be trying to run something else, basically, or some more evasion on top of the blur. Everything else basically has stayed exactly the same. Nothing else has changed there. I do want to pick up the activation medium, or not the activation mediums, but the special supports for mind control here as soon as I can. But we're just kind of low on funds right now. So things that I picked up, I did end up basically buying these candles here again, 17, 20 FE. I bought this ring here for 25 FE with tier 1 affliction effect already on it, and then I rolled it. If you can buy rings or whatever gear you're going to be using with the reaping duration or the int on it, those are harder to roll or more expensive to roll. But I feel like the affliction effect is still a little bit more important right now. So I could be wrong on that though. So do whatever you're going to need to do. Again, for these, I paid 45 FE for the Goddess of Knowledge one, and then 30 for the Goddess of Hunting. I don't know if these are going up or down, so other than that, the other thing I didn't really cover in the last video is for your memories itself. You do want reaping cooldown recovery speed on every single one. And then you just want to push these, again, upgraded. I did test pretty extensively, and Extreme Desecration is just better damage overall for everything, obviously, because every single Desecration stack that you have is gaining this additional base here. So obviously the more Desecration stacks you have, the more this multiplies even. It adds this multiplier, or adds this to it before it multiplies again. So it goes up by quite a bit as soon as a monster is like at 50% life, then they're taking like 17% multiplicative over everything, which adds up really, really fast. For bossing, Disgrace Minister is definitely more damage, but typically for mapping, again, you're going to run this movement speed and you're never going to give it up. Nor same with the restoration that you have. We don't really run any other defensive skills other than the little bit of restoration from mind control, as well as the restoration from the hero trait itself. So I'll go ahead and kind of showcase basically what a map looks like in T8 right now. And then we can kind of go over some other things. When it comes to gearing, something that is recommended is to, again, just do the league mechanic if you can. Just continually sending things off over here with the ship to the area that has belts. Just keep spamming that until you get a belt with tenacity blessings on it. You can get them, I believe, at eye level 82, like pretty early. So those are perfect for what you need to get your tier 2 affliction roll on them. And then you just, again, find one with any blessing on it. It doesn't need to be blessing of agility. It can be focus or tenacity, whatever. Make sure you hold on to extra rings like these in case you need to swap. In case you get some blessing on something else, it's always nice to have one of these if you are running one that you can swap out if you end up overcapping on one of your blessings, because it won't let you basically have more than 4 max of any one specific blessing until you have 4 max of every single blessing. So you have to be at 0 blessings in order to actually start overcapping. So you want to make sure that you aren't overcapping, right? Yeah, so that's something to go ahead and keep in mind. And then let's go ahead and jump into it here. I was finishing off my things here for T7 as well, because those haven't been done yet. So let's go ahead and do this. So I can say that, well, we do have the damage for this. It's still quite steep. It's not like the smoothest experience yet. Not having sound and having the sound bug out repeatedly is definitely not helping. The visual clarity, not really helping very much either. I should probably start hiding my skill effects here at some point, because, again, it's starting to give me some issues here. But for the most part, the build, it's still pretty smooth. There's just like the few specific elites, rather, that will typically give us issues. Like, we can tank some hits now that we actually have a decent amount of res. It's just we got to worry about or watch out for getting like charged by a absolute ton of monsters all at once. Like, I've had an entire pack of like blues that, because of the extra life, I guess, that they did for T8 monsters, like, I'm used to just running into packs and having them die, and then I just like run headfirst into a pack of shield charge guys, like what just happened there, and then I just kind of like fall over and die. So that has occurred to me more than once. But all in all, it's pretty fine. Like, as you can see here, it's not too bad. Everything is pretty chill. Let me just go ahead and we'll finish off the last pack over here. Yeah, all in all, build's pretty smooth. I am getting basically moved along towards where I need to go. Again, for those that don't have these specific pets that I'm running, just run the purple affliction pets. If that's all you have, I will show them here in just a second. Those are still going to do quite a bit if you don't have the chest from last league that was free, or you already used it for something else, for summons or whatever. Then you don't have to do that. I don't. Again, there's no point in which you need to spend money on pets in this game to do that. Like, I don't personally really spend money on the pets either. I just kind of use the stuff that's given to me. But yeah, so for the pets themselves, if you go here and you swap these, you can... sorry, we can go to the persistent pets here. and there's 3 of them. These 3 right here, these greedy chestnuts. You can get this. You want all the ones that have damage affliction. Right here, damage affliction. This one doesn't have it. So this one, damage affliction here, and then if you just use a blue pet with damage affliction and reaping cooldown, if that's all you have. So preferably, if you have a choice, then you want damage affliction and reaping cooldown. Those are the 2 mods that you want. But if you can only get ailment affliction, or this one right here, damage affliction with damage over time and ailment chance, then just use that, whatever you have. The affliction effect is going to do the most. And then again, if you do have a choice of getting a legendary pet from a chest like the older one, then I would get this Abyssal King Soul before I get anything else, just because the affliction effect scaling like dot builds are they're more common, right? They're more prevalent. If you get Bonnie, then you're focused on playing channeling builds only. So this one is more universal, I think, with the reaping cooldown. So focus on him if you're going to do anything, or again, just get the new pet, since it kind of like think it rolls a little bit cheaper right now. If you can, if you want to, or if you have like some of the funds, make sure you are using like the codes that come around from the events. There's one for, I think the code is literally just Ben, to bet or to vote on him to win the race. I don't know if, I think the race might already be over now, but I'm pretty sure the code will still work. So just make sure you're doing that and get whatever free primo you can. There's another thing that they do have here. Again, make sure you go and find this. They do have this Sands of Fortune thing here, which will take you to the website. And it has this little slot machine thing where you can actually earn this like real gold like token thing, I guess. It's like 1 gram of gold, so it's like $100 worth of gold. So if you get that, I mean, that'd be kind of cool. It's obviously it's going to be extremely rare that anyone ends up winning it, but yeah, you get your rolls here as you make certain benchmarks, I guess, for specific characters. I don't know if it will change. It says the maximum draws is 30. This definitely wasn't 30, so I don't know if I just have to level up a second character to claim these again or what. So or if they're going to end up adding extra things later on. But kind of cool little event. Definitely make sure you check it out. Do your rolls. I don't know if we're just going to get like daily rolls that pop up as well. But yeah, either way, make sure you do that. You can get rewarded with primos or battle crystals or whatever. So, and then other than that, check the mail. They did send out some crystals to everyone for other things. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, or come catch me on stream. I will be streaming every day for April pretty much at twitch.tv/CoffeeBns. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. And other than that, see you in the next one.